Man, it's your man 2'Live. I'm born and raised from Nashville, Tennessee. Life of the party. My sound is definitely all from the heart, all from the joy. So it's not really a style, it's just a feeling and an energy, you know. This album was real different, you know. It's my first time being very authentic to, you know, my audience, because I'm very to myself about my personal issues, you know. So I came at it in a way of like looking at it as, okay, how can I put what I'm going through in therapy on a beat, you know? And I just was vulnerable. So this project, it's definitely different from all projects that I've dropped, but it's you're listening to Breathe when you're listening to this project. Being on Rhythm and Flow actually taught me that the industry is the industry. You know, you play the game, and you can win the game and you can lose the game, but honestly, you control the outcome of the narrative of what people think of you and don't think of you. So Netflix for me, with T.I. actually, he really loved me off camera. He showed me so much genuine love and so much game. He wanted to talk to me after the show. Big Boy, he fell in love with me. He actually told me off camera that, you know, I remind him of Andre, just because my style and my energy and my vibrations. And that meant a lot to me because I looked up to Outkast, because I just want to be different, you feel me? So, and then Quavo as well, he just like, your drip nice, he got it, cause he was just like hype, he was hyped up about it, you know, off camera, just dope people. That whole Atlanta one was just real, you know what I'm saying? And off camera, unedited, you know, that was real life. It was probably like 45, like, I don't want to say 45 minutes, it was a 30-minute conversation that we had, you know what I'm saying, talking about the future. And the main purpose that they all loved about me was that I said, I just want to be different, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm 2'Live, I'm coming different, and they respected that. Like you heard on the song, T.I. like, he came real. I knew that the show wasn't for me on that audition. I told the people when I was driving down, I said, bro, this is not for me, because I'm not a competitor. I'm more of an artist. I like to do this, but T.I. knew that too, and like, bro, let's just go, and this is going to put you on a different platform, So the second round, I remember being around a bunch of battle rappers. I'm like, this some bullshit. Like, I don't do this battle rap shit. Like, dog, like I was telling them that, and we all cool. Everybody on the show, we all cool. So it was just like, I'm like, bruh, I'm here to make music, you feel me? I'm here to make hits. I'm here to speak my story, you know, but it was good to be around folks like that, because honestly, it just shows you how different neighborhoods of hip hop come up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just different environments. I used to battle rap though a lot when I first started doing music, but like I got away from that because I'm not coming to hurt. I could come to hurt you. Don't get it wrong, but I'm coming to heal myself. Like, I ain't coming to the music to do anything else but to heal myself. So it was just different to see how things pan out. Watching it back, honestly, messed up my mental, because it was like, dog, hold up, wait a minute. Did this happen? Okay, bet. And then the pressure of, you know, having to talk to people about the show is like, it's draining, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of brought a lot of depression in a way, because you honestly can't speak too much about what's the actuality, because it takes the human out of people when you tell them about what's going on in real life. So that's one thing I had to keep my mouth shut, because in the same breath, I don't want to sound like a hater, because I'm like, I'm being an educator or a hater, you know. I just shut up. Don't even say nothing about what you want to say, you know what I'm saying? Just be quiet. So that's one thing I feel like with TV was hard for me, simply because I'm like, man, I'll be wanting to say everything that goes on because I lived it, you know, but you only watching probably 12% of what we actually seen from every artist that was on the show. So Shine TV is real dope. Got Ashton Jones from American Idol, Brandon Stewart from American Idol. We got some Grammy Award winning producers on the show as mentors. It's exciting to me. Honestly, I don't know how I got this judging job, but they gave it to me, and also gave me a lot of room to mentor artists. You know, we probably touched thousands of artists from Kentucky, Ohio, Cincinnati, and we bring it to Nashville this season. You know, like, and it's crazy to actually touch people that is inspired by me that does the same thing. And I'm like, bro, you way talented and more talented than me. You singing and you doing all this. Like, I can't do that, but it's like inspiring because I can teach them stuff that I didn't know so young. It's really not a competition show for me. Like, nothing is a competition for me. Y'all should know that. But for me, it's a role that I can play in people's lives to show them how to be an independent artist successful. You know what I'm saying? So when you watch this show, you're gonna hear me probably tell them some real shit. Like, you're gonna be like, Bree, why did you say that? Like, because I need to tell them that, you know? So Brandon always get mad at me because I never really, I give them critiques, but I'm giving them like life-changing critiques too, to help them mentally see what they can be, you know? Because I believe that an artist today may be sorry, tomorrow they may be good, the next day they may be great. It's just take that time and them hours they gotta put in themselves. So I don't ever crush nobody's dreams. I just tell them what they need to know to keep putting that gas in their tank to be better. I feel like I got in a circle of, you know, trying to make music for the clout. You know, I found myself in a box where I had to make a bunch of twerk songs, a bunch of crazy songs, because that's what people was sharing, you know. And you know, I'm just in a different space of my life where I understand the purpose and the influence that I have, you know, on my platform, where I have to make music that is so pure that when people can hear it, it can change their life. So that's where I feel like the difference is from the music now and then. Then you'll probably have, you know, the college kid Bree, or, you know, the kid Bree, but now you're getting the mature Bree, you know. I'm excited, you know, because even hearing the response back from the project, I've been hearing that a lot of people could relate to it. A lot of people is going through, you know, depression, or they're going through not feeling accepted. You know, my story, people didn't realize all the stuff that I was going through because all the music that I dropped previously, so just fun energy, you know what I'm saying? But really, I made a lot of them songs simply to escape. I made that for escape bracket. So when I listen to myself being happy, I know, oh, this is happiness. But realistically, I never addressed the pain. So now y'all getting the pain, you know. That's crazy. The influence, I really didn't have influence on this one. I usually have a lot of influences when I'm creating music, simply because, like, I want to find a way to stay hip to what's going on. But I took a step back and said, you know what, I can't do that, you know, anymore. You know, I have to step back and really be influenced by what my inner self is saying, you know. And if it comes out horrible, forget it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, but just really believe in, you know, what yourself is feeling and put it on a track. That's where I came at it. I didn't really take any influences. I really didn't care if I rhymed or not either. I just was like so pure. I remember recording, I didn't even listen back to the track. I didn't listen to the album until y'all listened to it. So, like, I didn't know if it was good or bad. So, that's a hard question. I can't be biased, because now I like Watch Me Bleed, because everybody love Watch Me Bleed, but like, honestly, it's family funds because it's a theme song for the whole project. I ain't tripping, bro. I got my family with me, and everything that I'm doing is for the funds of the family. It's for the legacy. You know, everything that I do from here on out is gonna be for the family. It's not gonna be for anything else. It's not for the gimmicks. It's not for the clout. It's for the family. And if you listen to the whole project, it's inspired by my family. You know, it's not inspired by the music sounds. It's like, you know, I try to make everything be dedicated to my family and my close friends, because another thing that I was facing in this game was never showcasing family. I got away from my family doing music. You know, I was always in the studio. Like, for 4 years straight, I was given 24 hours, not eating, not sleeping, going to school, doing all these things, and I was putting so much pressure on myself, not realizing it, because I was so hungry to break through a door, you know. And realizing that now that I pushed family away, thinking that they was pushing me away, I was really pushing them away, because I never was spending time with these people in reality. So now I'm cherishing that time, and I put it in a project, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And okay, so mental health for me, I kind of didn't take it serious at all. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't believe in like depression or anything like that. I just was weird. I started being in the industry at 13 years old. Like, just always being that guy that people was like looking at, in Nashville or in my hometown. So I had a different outlook on like being sad and doing music and stuff like that. I just never thought that I could crash in a way. So being numb and being a hard worker, I think I pushed a lot of people away. Like my work ethic got extremely high where it was no fun. So, but I'm thinking it's fun because it's what I want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody probably been there before. Like, you work so hard at something you're passionate about, but you're not realizing that you're working. It used to be this fun thing, but you're not realizing it's not fun no more. You're just stressing yourself out. So, like, I was doing that a lot, and I was kind of putting that same pressure into people that was working into me. From photographers to friendships, everything was just serious. It was no, like, I was just a workaholic or like a perfectionist, and I think that played a big role on my mental health. It pushed a lot of people away, and it pushed me away from people. So as an artist, be able to breathe and realize that you're not gonna lose either way it go. Because at the end of the day, it's an expression. It's not, people gonna try to tell you you're supposed to write a song like this, you're supposed to dress like this, you're supposed to do this. Like, it really doesn't matter. Music is an expression, it's a feeling. So whatever you feel like doing, do it on that day. Don't overthink it. I overthink everything. Like, I'm probably gonna overthink this interview. Like, did I say something wrong? But like, honestly, they're gonna connect with it because it's from the heart. As long as it's being pure, it is what it is. And that's what I'm living on right now. Foundation. If I could do everything all over again, I'll probably build a more solid foundation with my family first before I even step in the industry. Simply because if you got a big heart like me, you're gonna think everybody's gonna be genuine no matter what. And everybody starts out genuine in any relationship, any friendship, any partnership. And that's the thing that was getting me each time. And I'm a person that I'm like, man, if I feed this into somebody, they probably gonna feed it back. It don't work like that. That's just not life. You know what I'm saying? So I was feeling betrayed and abandoned by so many people. And I think that came back in the role of, just my childhood, how I came up to as well. So like, just understanding that you gotta have people that you trust before you even do this thing, because the confusion of what was real love was hard on me. I was getting so much support, I couldn't even hang out with the people that really loved me because I'm pitting them in a competition with the people that's showing me support in a way. Like, so I'm like, dang, y'all not going crazy about me like these people, like, so you don't love me in a way. Like, so that was hard on me a lot because I couldn't find a place to really express myself or like kind of tell people what I'm actually feeling in the inside, because I'm getting raised on a high bar at a time, you know what I'm saying? But you're gonna always have ups and downs in this industry. So like, that's one thing I recommend for artists, yeah. Man, it changed my life. This is crazy. I don't know if I should be happy or sad about it. I lost a lot of things with COVID too. Like, honestly, like, it rearranged everything in my life. I can't even say one thing that it didn't rearrange. It rearranged my mindset, and I graduated during this time. So, just understanding what the real world is and what, energies and frequencies I need to be on. Yeah, I said that in therapy. I felt like I had to put on this face mask because coming in the music game in my local town so young, it created an image of always having to smile and be a party person, or like, and I wasn't old enough to talk about my childhood, you know what I'm saying? Being in an environment full of drug dealers and gangbangers, and I'm not gonna talk about that right now when I'm 13 and 12, and this is back in 2008, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't popular for a kid to talk about that, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. So I feel like I created a escape artist when Lil Bree came out in a way, and it kind of pressured me where people always looked at me as being a positive light. And I hated it in a way because like when I'm going through something, I had to be on social media smiling, and it kind of affects my personal life too, because they thinking that I don't give a fuck about what we going through or what I'm going through, and I'm just lying or something. But I'm like, nah, they want me to make this post. I gotta make this post. I gotta shout out this. I gotta do this. And literally, I gotta do it because in my head, I thought I had to work so hard, you know, because it's kind of put into me. So it was hard to do that. But now I'm like in a place where I don't care about anything, how you feel. This is who I am. I'm honest. You know what I'm saying? It took a lot for me to get through that loop, because every partnership, even doing music with some producers, people don't know, they rubbed me the wrong way. I was in the studio one time, and I'm never gonna forget it. And I was having a song, and it was a producer that didn't know me, you know what I'm saying? And this is around the time, like, I'm finna graduate, so I'm growing up. People don't want to see me grow up, to be real. Like, that's the truth. A lot of people don't want to see me grow up. I was in the studio, and a producer came and want to work with me. They're like, man, we can't talk about struggle, man. You ain't never done this or been around this or this. I said, okay. Yeah, I didn't say nothing to him, but I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? But in my head, I'm like, these motherfuckers really don't know who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like crazy, like, you know what I'm saying? But then you'll go to my neighborhoods and they'll talk to people that know me. That's what I was really battling too. People that know me, they're like, bro, that motherfucker, so these people who, like, they was mad in a way, because like, dog, the stuff that you putting out, not even the music, we're not talking about music, it's just like the stuff I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? You got support from your people. Why are you holding all this stuff in? You know, just speak on it, talk about it, you know, because I could see how fatigued I was getting about trying to make everyone happy. I'm trying to make every single person happy. And I thought how to do that was gonna be just showing that I'm happy. Lying and showing that I'm happy, basically. So yeah. I think self-awareness. You get self-awareness. I took a lot of time to myself. I said this today. I said, what'd I say? I said the best thing to do sometimes is to spend time with yourself and listen to yourself. You know, like, cause we take a lot of time to go to somebody when we in pain, go to somebody when we happy, go to somebody when we always going to somebody, but we never listening to our real self. Like, we not just sitting in time, just, okay, what is myself feeling right now? What is myself thinking? I think this time gave us self-awareness. It gave us understanding of what we need to do in the future of our life. You know what I'm saying? It's the time for strategy. You know what I'm saying? It gave me a lot of time to really look at what I need to do for here and there. It's a purpose time. I'm not mad at COVID. I don't think I'm mad about this COVID is put me through this pain to see all this flaw shit that I'm saying. But other than that, I'm happy, you know? Growing up for me was a little different from, you know, a lot of people, simply because, you know, my father and mom, they wasn't together, you know, so I was raised in different environments, from Salem Town, East Nashville, Antioch. I was around everywhere, Trent, Tennessee, Michigan. I was a person always house hopping. Music for me was my best friend, simply because like I never got a chance to really sit still and gain a best friend. I had a best friend named Cal that kind of, you know, told me to do the music thing, you know, when I was in Lakeview Elementary. But for my family, you know, I don't want to say they wasn't supportive, because they always been supportive. It was just we didn't have the time to communicate, because my mom had to work all the time. My dad had to work all the time, simply to make sure I could get to A to Z, you know. So a lot of time I was alone, so music was a comfort to me in a way of like a diary to some people, you know. So I feel like that kind of made me have this attachment to keep doing music or do things like that, or I felt like I had to be so great with music simply because that's all I had at the time. It was like a family member, that was somebody I could talk to. So having that pressure on that tip, I think it kind of smacked down when all this therapy stuff happened. I realized how much music was actually involved in my life, where I put too much pressure on it simply because it's damn near human to me, you know what I'm saying? So that's how my family influenced music, yeah. DJ Malik, that was my best friend. Everybody knows that. Came up in high school together, throwing parties. We would like Kid and Play. Shout out to DJ Official, he was a part of that too. We was like a triple threat. Throwing the craziest parties at Kilimanjaro's, wherever we could, Hickory Hollow Mall. We threw a party at Hickory Hollow Mall, sold out, no cap. But like just having fun, you know. I'm not gonna lie to you, when he died in 2017, 18, it hit me hard because like, I don't know, like I never really got to talk about this, like, but it made me feel like it was my fault that he passed away, simply because the entertainment field that, you know, I was the leader of that, you know, it kind of hit me so hard, and I just wanted to figure out how can I make it right. So I was doing so much to like make myself feel good about, not even gonna say feel good, but feel at peace about him leaving this earth. Like every friend that he had, I was mentoring, you know, I was just driving myself crazy. Like I was damaging myself because I was like trying to, you know, feel that love that I had for him again, you know, and seeing him die by a gun really hurt me because that wasn't his energy, that wasn't his vibration. He was a happy person, a comedian, you know, the life of the party, you know, and, you know, it hit me hard. So everything that you see me, you know, really representing, one of the reasons I graduated for sure was because of him, you know, because he actually was going to go to TSU the year after I started attending TSU, you know. So yeah, man, he influenced me a lot. He still influenced me. Every time that I accomplish something big, I go see him. Every time I drop a project, I go see him. Every time I do something, I try to go see him. If I'm down, I try to go see him, you know. So it's like, it's crazy, yeah. R.I.P. DJ Malik. Man, that shit was hard, bro. I wouldn't do it again, I swear. Nah, I would. But it was hard simply because like, I was actually doing my work, but then in the same breath, other than performing, I was driving to the shows, catching the flights to the shows, setting up the sound check for shows. Then I had to teach my hype man how to DJ last minute because we didn't have a DJ. I didn't know that we didn't have a DJ. So luckily I knew how to DJ. I taught my hype man how to DJ. I was going through a lot on that tour. Like I was going through, and I didn't do therapy yet. I signed up for therapy, so I was having a lot of anxiety because I wasn't in places that I'd seen before. I don't know nobody here. You know what I'm saying? Like Phoenix, everywhere. I was around people I didn't know. You know, Big Bear. The shows was lit. You know, it was just that going back to the hotels and being on the streets and stuff like that was very challenging because you really didn't know anybody. But shout out to Struggle because he gave me that opportunity. It was lit, you know, being around him. He's a leader, you know what I'm saying? He talked to me every night, you know, and told me some real stuff about tour, you know, and next time what to do and how to do it and handle things, you know. So it was definitely hard. I missed a flight my second day of tour. I thought I knew where to go, didn't know where to go. It was crazy. It was an experience though, man. But school and balancing that, it was hard, and my stress was high, very high. Probably treated a lot of people wrong during that time that loved me because I didn't have the time. I didn't have the time for anything.
What doors did TSU unlock for you?
Man, TSU actually showed me my worth. Simply because I remember coming to TSU, no fraternity. I wasn't thinking about going to college. And I literally took over the school without joining anything, you know what I'm saying? But it showed me being genuine is gonna get you way further than anything. You know, I just came to the school not knowing where to go. I didn't know where to go to my classes. I wasn't cool when I got there because you gotta think about it. Everybody was coming from different places of the world. So it humbled me in a way, you know, but I found my way on campus and spreading my music quickly just off of just being me, truly. Like, whether if it was posting posters on the wall, just saying, yeah, my music coming out tomorrow. Like, did it all myself, just coming up with ideas to make people see me, you know, from partying at Waffle House to bringing internships like Atlantic Records or Heartbridge Media to the school just to give other college students opportunities that I was getting. That school actually let me go out. Honestly, people don't know, I got flown out to LA my sophomore year. DJ Khaled and P. Diddy sent me over. I just couldn't do the show because I was in a contract at that time, and TSU let me do it then. Then again, they let me go to LA for the Netflix thing. Originally, we went to Atlanta. Then the Atlanta first time I went, it wasn't televised. Then they let me do it my last semester on tour. So they was always supportive, but they also used me as a blueprint to show students that you can chase your dreams while being in college. And that's not usual where you see a school be like, all right, I'm down, just do your work and be transparent with me, talk to me, you know. That's why TSU one of the biggest HBCUs in the world. And one thing I can say, it ain't nothing like the students there, ain't nothing like the staff there. You know, yeah, we may have problems with, you know, the financial aid office, but you know, we 100% real and we built different. You know, the biggest moments at that school was TSU playing my song on the Titan Stadium, in the Titan Stadium. That honestly made my life. That was something I always wanted to see. The whole band playing my song and singing it, like that changed my outlook on my whole purpose. You know, it made me feel so good. So through all the performances and opening up for major artists like Young Thug or Young Dolph, that stuff was cool, but just seeing the students get behind me and support me like that was different, you know, for me, and I'm gonna remember that for life. I've been really reconnecting with God since probably, I wanna say 2 years, like for like really reading the Bible, really praying, dedicating, you know, that time. And I did my first fast on tour in January. It was struggle when I did the West Coast tour, and I was hungry. But that's there, you know, but I really started going through a lot of crazy things in this industry, meeting a lot of folks, but I got to see the evil side of the music industry, and it kind of shocked me, you know, the stuff that I was going through, the stuff that I never talked about. You know, I've been shot at for just being genuine. Like, how somebody that, you know, gives back to their community, show so much love, you know, have all this hate. And I just didn't understand a lot of stuff that comes with the music stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I was just needing God to protect me at the time. But everywhere I went to LA, when I did Netflix, all this stuff, I was meeting people and touching people spiritually other than music. And I was like, dang, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And it inspired me to tap in more with God, and then also showcase that I'm a believer. You see, I got the tattoo right here. You know, I got the tattoo right here. You know, all my tattoos, God's child. I got so many tattoos, pure soul. You know, all my tattoos is spiritual, you know, so like I've been on this journey for a while, and when I got baptized, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bro. It was crazy to me because I got baptized when I was younger, and then when I got baptized now, it was like, wow, when I hit that water. And when I came back up, I was like, dang, I'm a new person. Like, I'm a new person. And not in the way of like, oh, I'm gonna act different because I had to correct somebody. Just because I got baptized don't mean I would smack you. I would smack you in the name of Jesus. But like, all that trauma that I was facing during therapy, I was in therapy since January too. And so, I'm in my final process. So I had to let all that stuff go, all that stuff I need to forgive, I let it go, you know, and I'm walking in a better purpose, and I'm in a peaceful spot, you know, and understanding that I was in a place where I was letting so many people control me because I was an artist trying to get into the door of the industry. So that's one of the main reasons I wasn't listening to God, I was listening to people. So I found myself in a depressed place because I was dependent on opinions, I was dependent on managers, I was depending on everything to give me that validation, but I don't really need no validation because everything is already in me that I need to get through everything, you know, and I didn't realize that. So when I got baptized, I was like, bro, God, from here on out, you know what, cuz I'm not listening to nobody but you, you know what I'm saying? So that's the main reason I got baptized. Man, my response, man, I try to, boy, I got so much to say about that. I went to the protest in Nashville, and it shocked me to see all of us together like that. I never seen Nashville as being a BLM support like that. You know, it shocked me to death. You know, I went to the first protest. I'm talking about the protest where they went crazy, you know what I'm saying? And I was seeing all race together. That's what opened my eyes to see the bigger picture. A lot of people outside looking in was like, man, black folks, y'all tripping, da-da-da, but it was crazy to see all races together standing for what's right, you know, and equality. You know, I feel like, to be honest, it's always been one-sided, but I want to see change. It's gonna be hard to change, 100%. But I'm happy that we're going at an angle where now we have social media in play. We have these things in play to create growth and also get the word out to change or get to tell somebody, hey, I just seen this. Yo, this is what's happening. This is what we need to support. I think that's the difference from now and back then, where we can actually make change quicker. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen overnight, but we're actually moving in the right direction to all see each other as one. You know, that's really the goal. It's not black versus white at all. So don't think it's that. It's definitely, all right, we're trying to get everything on one accord. So right now I'm preparing, you know, the first black-owned radio urban station in Nashville. It's dropping real soon. And shout out to the owner for letting me be a part of it. Got some more big opportunities coming. I can't talk about too much, and I'm mad because I want to talk about it. But 2021 is going to be more so bigger than any year I have as an artist, simply because it's not thinking too much about the music. It's more of the influence that it's going to have on the people and how is it going to heal somebody. I'm giving people what they want, but also what they need, you know what I'm saying? So that's what's going to be exciting about 2021. So I'm very prepared for it. I think this year is just, you know, I don't want to say practice, it's just, it's weight training. So yeah, we ready to lift the weight.